Hello, and welcome back to another episode of SkyrimPlus. Today I'm featuring My Little Witch Home by JackalX137. Let's check out the map. Here we are at My Little Witch Home. We're in Morthal, and we're near Movarth's lair and the abandoned shack. And here we are again at our featured home, My Little Witch Home. For our world space view, here's Movarth's lair, which is the vampire lair located right outside of Morthal, and as we turn to the left towards Solitude, you can see My Little Witch Home directly across from it. Let's drop down and check it out. With this home being in the swamps, you're going to run into a lot of spiders, but you'll also find a lot of swamp fungal pods, which can be combined with Impstool or Canis root to make paralysis potions that sell for a lot and raise your alchemy level quickly. And if you're wondering about this plant, it's called rootweed, and it's from the mod Detailed Landscapes. I'll pin my feature of it in the comments. And here's the front of our home, with tons of bones for an extra creepy vibe. And we also have the two largest pumpkins in the history of Nirn. Those have definitely been genetically modified. We also have a mammoth skeleton out front. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. We also have beautiful views of the swamp on days where it isn't so foggy. But we also have this guy on the top of our house. On the plus side, he'll probably scare away most of the bandits. The yard for this one doesn't have a whole lot going on, but you do have a cage back here. Not sure why. Not sure I'd want to know why either. Okay, further back in the yard you have a corundum ore vein, and you can see two of my spider friends that I disposed of earlier. I definitely have some arachnophobia in real life. Oh, there's that token Morthal fog settling in. And as we round the corner, there's one of those swamp fungal pods that I mentioned earlier. There are tons out here. And now we're back in the front where we started. Now that we've seen all of the outside features, let's head inside. But don't forget to like and subscribe. And now we've entered My Little Witch Home, and there's a tornado of papers flying around, emanating from a black book. This seems very Harry Potter-esque, which fits in perfectly with the theme of the home. To begin, we'll start by the front door, and it has a really nice wreath. There's a broom next to the door, which makes sense since it's a witch's home. And there's a glowing rune spell, which looks really cool. I'm just glad it's not activated. And check out these tall bookcases with the glowing orb, the globe, the soul gem. It's definitely playing its part. It looks a little like Apocrypha with the pages all over the floor and the books everywhere, but I guess witches need to study spells, so it works. And here's your arcane enchanter with some black soul gems, a raven, and skeletons with glowing eyes. What a cool area. Next, we have a ladder. You can climb it to find a Ouija board and a crystal ball. Maybe we can give you your fortune like Olava the Feeble, but don't send any Dark Brotherhood members my way. And then here's your alchemy lab, a favorite of witches. Double, toil and trouble and the like. You also have some containers to sort your ingredients and potions. Here's more of those tall bookshelves. And as we turn, we find a lantern levitating in the air. There's a cage with some skulls near our tornado of book pages. And then check out this cauldron with the skull inside. That's your cooking pot. Appetizing, right? Here's a cozy fire with a mounted slaughterfish and deer head because 2 is better than 1. Then we have some more pumpkins. You've got a skeleton in your cabinet. And check out this mounted bat. That might be a first. As we turn, we have an oven with more cages of skulls above. Go ahead and insert a Hansel and Gretel reference. And this would usually be a disenchantment station, but in this case, it's just for looks. There's a large chest for storage. I love the dark elf lanterns. And then this cabinet has another Ouija board, a crystal ball, and some books with the Oblivion symbol. Now we'll go up these stairs to check out the last section of the home. Here's another levitating lantern. You have a collection of skulls on your dresser ranging from a troll skull to Potamos. And here's a tanning rack so you can craft your robes. And of course you need a staff enchanter. After all, someone has to make Meloth jealous. There's a knapsack, a banner from Apocrypha, Hermaeus Mora approves. And then here's your bed with a skull and that familiar wreath again. And there's a dresser. And now that we've seen all of the home and its features, it's time for final thoughts. My little witch home is a magical home in the swamps of Morthal. It offers a bed, a creepy cooking pot, an oven to cook children, sweet rolls. You have your own arcane enchanter, an alchemy lab to craft some potions, a staff enchanter, a tanning rack, levitating lanterns, a decommissioned rune spell, multiple Ouija boards and crystal balls, Nern's largest pumpkins, and even a tornado of book pages, and the cost is free. Act fast before this home flies off the market. This concludes my feature of My Little Witch Home. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.